Recording.
Okay, set the phone down. Can I do the intro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of the super mega happy, ultra magic, fantastic, super duper cool and awesome epic podcast and the battle of good and evil. We are your hosts, I am Lonnie And Geraghty.
I am Eric Jefferson.
And today we are going to talk
About Caddyshack.
and Caddyshack 2,
Yeah.
respectively.
Maybe not.
Well, I think you can't really talk about the second without talking about the first.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So let's start just...
Never mind. Okay.
Great.
Just keep going.
Okay. Let's start by talking about our experiences with both movies. I'll go first. I've pretty much heard about Caddyshack all my life. As a kid, I would watch Family Guy for some reason, and obviously there'd be a lot of Caddyshack references throughout. And when I actually watched Caddyshack for the first time, I kid you not, I thought, oh, they're ripping off Family Guy. Yeah. But I actually got around to watching the movie for the first time about 1 or 2 years ago after I saw the Netflix original movie A Futile and Stupid Gesture.
You saw Caddyshack 1 or 2 years ago. Really?
Yeah, for the first time, yeah.
The fuck?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just saw it when I was young.
Okay. Well, anyway, I saw the movie A Futile and Stupid Gesture about the life of...
I can't believe you saw A Futile and Stupid Gesture before Caddyshack.
Good listening, Eric. And it's about the life of...
Is that not what you said?
American comedy writer, humorist Doug Kenny, who actually is one of the writers of Caddyshack. Yeah, so what's your experience?
I saw it on cable the first time. I never actually really sat down to see the whole thing. Like I told you earlier, I thought the golf part of the movie and the pool part of the movie were two separate movies.
That's right, yeah.
I thought the pool one was Caddyshack 2. And I didn't even know Caddyshack 2 existed at that point. I thought it was funny.
Thought Caddyshack 1 was funny?
Both parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think the first time I actually sat down to see the whole thing was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So I guess I'm sort of in the same boat as you.
Yeah, okay, good.
But I knew about it, and I at least saw part of it.
Well,
so.
that's fair. I saw it on Netflix when I saw it for the first time. You know how Netflix does that thing where they'll show like an iconic movie but only for like a week?
Kind of.
Well, they do that, right? And I actually saw it after I saw A Futile and Stupid Gesture. I finished it on Netflix, and I'm like, oh, Caddyshack. And I exited the movie, and I went to the Netflix homepage. There it was, Caddyshack. And I'm like, oh, this is great. What a coincidence. I watched it. Next week, it was gone. I'm like, oh, okay. So for this podcast, Eric and I...
Yeah, it's still gone.
Okay. For this podcast, Eric and I actually watched Caddyshack 1 and 2 last night, and we took some notes. So we're just going to talk about that right now. Actually, I have a question. How many times do you think you've seen Caddyshack in your life?
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
All the way through.
All the way through.
No bathroom breaks.
You can include the bathroom breaks, I guess.
Okay. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe 4 times.
Yeah, probably the same for me too.
Yeah.
I would on my birthday, last year or 2 years ago, my 18th birthday, that was last year, I said something like, guys, I want to watch a movie. This is to my family.
Right.
I want to watch a movie, it's my birthday. And they were like, okay, it's going to be terrible, I know it. Because they don't like the movies that I like, which to be fair, some of them are terrible, but I don't think Caddyshack is a objectively terrible movie. Like, it has great, memorable parts. So, you know?
Yeah.
So I put on Caddyshack. We're 10 minutes in, and they're like, can we please watch something else? This is terrible. It's my birthday. And you've got like 7 people yelling at me to not do what I want to do on my birthday. They can't stomach it.
What scene was that? They get to the scene with like Ted Knight telling the groundskeeper to kill the gophers, and they're like, I hate this.
Knight, there's no scene of Ted Knight telling the groundskeeper to kill the gophers.
No, I know, but he's just telling him like to do something about it.
Oh, the Scottish guy?
Yeah, that's the groundskeeper.
No, Carl Spackman.
Okay, the head groundskeeper.
That's okay. Fair. Okay, wait, we got to talk about this movie because that freaking character. I've got some notes on him. I'll start with the actual talking about the movie. So, did you know that it was filmed in Florida?
I think I saw a behind the scenes video and maybe they said that. I don't know.
Well, it was. And when you watch the movie, like after the opening credits with Danny Noonan riding his bike and all that, and you see like Ted Knight's character, I'm going to refer to the characters by their names. When you see Judge Smales driving by and he sees the gopher, and he has that like angry face, and then you see him marching on the field, and he's like, McFinish! And then you see the Scottish guy just standing there.
McFinish! Sir, do you know what I just saw? No, sir. A gopher! Gopher! Where?
It does these close-ups on them.
Right, yeah.
They are sweating bullets. You, like, watch the movie again. The close-ups in the beginning, they're, like, sweating. All of them. Every character.
I mean, I know the head groundskeeper was, like, sort of rubbing himself with his hat because he was...
True. He was.
Yeah.
About the heat. I watched a documentary about Caddyshack, and it is alleged that when Rodney Dangerfield got off the plane, the first thing he said was, Florida, it's like a sauna with nets. and everyone was just sweating, so that's one of the first things I noticed. I tried to watch it this time, not paying attention to like the jokes, but the actual story and the cinematography, because when you think of Caddyshack, the only thing you're going to remember is the jokes. And the movie is also known for not having much of a story as a whole until like the last 20 minutes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, with the golf competition. So, and I tried to actually piece together what could be made of a story type thing in this viewing of it. What about you?
Well, I mean, definitely the sort of battle between the Carl and the gopher, that could be a story.
Well, true. It's like a B plot, if anything.
And then definitely like Danny Noonan trying to get money for college, that could also be...
Yeah, but then it becomes, like, that's the beginning, right. Definitely. It sets that up. But then the middle of the movie is just the adults kind of doing their stuff, and Danny gets sidelined.
Yeah.
Until the end when they try to make him, like, the hero with the swing.
Well, I mean, he was already sort of the main character to begin with.
Well, to begin with, but then by the end, it's like an ensemble thing.
I suppose. What do you want me to say?
I mean, I guess you could interpret it that way. Any thoughts you want to talk about the behind the scenes before we actually get into the plot?
I remember, I'd just be speculating because I don't really remember much from that video. I think they said something about drugs.
Oh yeah.
And Ted Knight like not really liking the rest of the cast or something. But
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's actually true, or maybe I'm just spreading rumors. As if anyone's gonna listen to this.
Ted Knight's listening to this like, because he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on drugs, and this movie was Doug Kenny and Harold Ramis's project after Animal House.
Right.
And that kind of kicked off the whole stoner... Animal House isn't a stoner comedy, but there are definitely drug jokes. And, you can't talk about Animal House and comedies of the 80s without talking about how they inspired modern comedies, like the Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen type thing. And those are all stoner comedies in one way or another. Right. Like, you can't watch a movie with Seth Rogen where they don't at least allude to drug use. And in Animal House, the only scene I can really think of with drug usage is the one where Pinto and the professor and those kids are doing drugs, and he's like, "Can I buy pot from you?" to a teacher.
Right.
But in Caddyshack, there's actually way more drug usage on screen and all that. And I've actually got some theories later on, like fan theories. Yeah, so they were on drugs in the movie and way more behind the scenes. Say I know again.
Shut up.
Just go.
I know.
Eric is eating food right now, by the way. I think, what do you have there, fish?
it's something.
Okay. Well, anyway, what were you saying?
I just wanted to say that I really liked Ted Knight's performance. It's pretty animated.
Oh yeah.
So he was one of the guys that wasn't on drugs, right?
Yes, that's what I hear.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on drugs because his performance is
So it's a spectacular performance. Yeah. In the documentary I saw, a lot of the cast were saying that he was the best part of the movie, Ted Knight and his performance.
Yeah.
Even though apparently they were feuding because like he wouldn't do drugs with them.
That's so funny. God. Actually, you said something earlier about how you were paying attention to the jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this time I was specifically paying attention to like stuff in the background.
Me too. I've got a lot to say about that. There's so much happening in the background that I did not notice before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of pathetic, but this time I just noticed that Rodney calls, I don't know his character name. I don't feel like calling him.
Well,
his
which
character.
one? Which one?
No, I'm just talking about Rodney.
Oh, Rodney. Okay.
Al, right?
Al Shervick.
Shervick. It's not Cervic.
I don't fucking know.
Okay. Yeah, I just noticed this time he called the bishop a rabbi.
Yeah!
I probably should have noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one example, but I'm talking about in the background, like
Right, yeah.
physical comedy gags happening, and I'll get more into that. I want to start with the beginning.
Dance of the living dead.
All right, I talked about how the characters are sweating,
Right.
like, and it's so obvious, and it looks so almost funny. Just how sweaty they are. And Ted Knight, when you see him on his first close-up, he's really angry, and the sweat with the anger makes it feel so much more like he's just so furious.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I want to talk about the Scottish character.
Okay.
I can't confirm or deny this. It's just my theory. I don't think the actor that played him was actually Scottish.
That's pretty much like guaranteed.
Okay, well, there's a scene later, like he's in like 2 scenes in the movie. His second scene, or like the one where he's talking to Carl Spackler, he loses his accent.
I don't know why they used that tape. Why did they?
Yeah, and he fumbled his line like, I need you to, like he says the thing twice.
Yeah, maybe
Play
they
the
just
clip
really
here.
liked.
Good.
Maybe they just really liked the way Carl said his line.
Maybe.
Maybe they just got one take.
I'm due back in Scotland in 1 minute. All right, yeah.
God.
Okay. His name is Sandy McFiddish.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
Smales calls him McFiddish, and then Carl Spackler calls him Sandy.
Right.
So it can be assumed his name is Sandy McFiddish. I watched people talk about Caddyshack. They assume that Sandy McFiddish is the father of Maggie O'Hooligan, just because they both have kind of Celtic accents.
Oh, yeah.
They're not related. They can't be. He's Scottish, she's Irish, and they have different last names.
Right.
So you're racist.
I'm racist.
No, you're not racist. You're racist for thinking the Irish girl is the Scottish guy's daughter. Which means, let me point this out. You've got 2...
I never thought that.
Okay, I'm not talking to you, Eric.
You said you're.
The general you, the people
Okay.
who assume this. You've
Yeah.
got just 2 randomly placed Celtic characters in this movie for no reason. I guess the Scottish guy makes sense because golf is Scottish, but
They never interacted.
and they never interacted. Like what? Like why are they here? Like the Scottish guy makes kind of sense. Like if you have a movie about kung fu, it makes sense to have a character who's Chinese, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's golf.
Yeah.
Or golf, as they say in Scotland.
You know all these freaking lines.
Yeah. Well, I watched the movie last night. I don't know if you did.
Yes, of course I did. I just guess I don't have that great of a memory.
Maybe. All right. So that's my first thing about that Scottish guy. Do you have anything you want to say?
About the Scottish guy.
Or the beginning of the movie?
Beginning, okay. I don't really know if this can be considered part of the beginning, but I was thinking about how, you know, when Bill Murray he says the thing about the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Is it Dalai Lama?
Dalai Lama himself.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not there yet.
Oh, okay. We're not.
Actually, we're there. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that you said like when you die on your deathbed, you receive Total consciousness. I was just thinking about how when Bill Murray eventually dies, people are probably going to be saying that he received total consciousness on his deathbed.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what that means.
What do you mean? Like you could be alive? Wait, you're right. That doesn't make
Total yeah, like you're gonna be conscious enough to like realize you're about to die.
Dude, I don't know.
And be in complete pain or something.
Well, interesting fact. All of Bill Murray's lines were improvised.
That's your line.
I am not lying. This has been covered and verified. Bill Murray's character of Carl Spackler was originally supposed to be just like a walk-on cameo with no lines, but he was so enjoyable to everyone involved that they decided to make him a character with speaking lines, and then eventually the B-plot of the movie. Like every single scene with Bill Murray was improvised.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is very impressive. So that Dalai Lama speech, that was improvised. And you know how in that speech he has the pitchfork?
Yeah.
And he slowly brings... That was improvised too.
Well, obviously.
And the guy opposite him was like, can you please stop doing that? And Bill Murray's just like, just stay still. Just stay still.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. So that was up to the... I don't know how early the scene when Rodney Dangerfield... when Al Shervick first comes into the movie.
Right, yeah.
It's kind of early-ish in the movie. He's like one of the best parts of the movie. You agree, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if anything, he's like a protagonist.
Yeah.
Like you want to root for him in his feud with the judge, right?
Yeah.
When I watched Caddyshack with my family on my birthday, as aforementioned, I was watching it with my sister, and his first scene, quote unquote, is you see his red shiny car pull up in the driveway with the horn.
Yeah.
And when that happened, my sister said, the villain. And I was really confused because, like, he's not the villain of the story.
Yeah.
But the way it's framed, like, cinematically, him ominously coming up in the car, and it starts in that low angle with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you would think, oh, okay, this guy's got presence. He could be the villain. I don't know. That's just an interesting way of looking at it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't think he's the villain.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I never thought of it that way. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why are you pointing at me?
I just wanted to do anything to say.
Okay, well, let's see. I noticed this time that Rodney introduces himself when he walks into the gift shop. He introduces himself to a random person, and they don't say anything back, and he just keeps talking. Just like...
Come on, you got it.
Like, hey, I'm Rodney. Okay, fine.
No, that wasn't it. It was a...
No, that wasn't it. He just...
Well, interesting thing about the part, you know Wang?
Yeah.
I like how Wang is in like the first two scenes with him, and then he's nowhere to be found for one thing.
Yeah, you know how he's Jewish?
I like when he introduces himself to the person like, hey, I'm Al, this is my friend Wang. No offense. And he says no offense to Wang. And he does this like movement with his hips, and he's like, no offense.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. A lot of Rodney not all of it, but a lot of Rodney's stuff was improvised too. The scene in the eating hall,
Right.
when he just stands up and starts insulting everyone.
Yeah, that feels improvised.
Improvised. A lot of this movie was improvised because this is Harold Ramis's first time directing, and he came from Second City, which is, you know, an improv school.
Right.
And a lot of his friends came from SNL, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and they had strong improv. Chevy Chase's lines, a lot of them were improv. Dude, this movie is just point the camera at something and wait till something funny happens.
I don't know how it turned out to be so good, though.
It's so good, but it's also so sloppy.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Didn't you say, I'm jumping ahead, but didn't you say that, like, your least favorite scene was the scene with Bill Murray and Chevy?
Yeah, I'll get into that.
Okay.
You know, this may seem like I'm analyzing this too much. The arc, or the storyline with Al Shervick and the judge,
Right.
it feels like it was taken from Great Gatsby in the way. No, in the way that it's a telling of new money versus old money.
Okay, yeah, I
like,
guess.
Maybe I'm reading into this. I feel like Al Shervick is an immigrant.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
I mean, his last name's sort of,
foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's friends with Wang, who has connections with China. I know they brought property behind the Great Wall on the good side. And then you have Judge Smales, who's like this very uptight conservative type figure, who you can tell comes from old money.
Definitely.
And Doug Kenny, one of the writers of this, went to Harvard. And he described this story. First of all, I think this is a misappropriation of the term for this specific movie, but he called it a coming-of-age story. Maybe at the beginning, with Danny being introduced as the main character.
Yeah.
But Danny stays the same teenager. He doesn't learn anything other than the fact that, I'm kind of good at golf one time.
Yeah. I mean, he sort of learns to, not stick to old money if you sort of think about it too much.
True, yeah. And you don't have to suck up to get ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's good.
I mean, going with, playing with, what the fuck is his, I don't know, Chevy.
Sure. Ty Webb.
Playing with Ty, that was a pretty big gamble, I think, but maybe he just wouldn't be able to live with himself if he sticked with the judge.
True.
I mean, he didn't seem very happy after he took the loan. No, the scholarship. Yeah. Okay, so
I don't think he actually wanted to go to college. I genuinely think he just wanted to make something of himself. Because he talks to the priest. He tries to suck up to the priest about becoming a priest himself.
Right, yeah.
So what is this character Danny even searching for? I think he tries to find happiness in just empty feelings like sex and drugs.
Right.
But in reality, happiness comes from what you make of yourself. And this is a child. We'll get into that. There's a sex scene with him. 2, in fact. But he's a guy, young man, just searching for something. And he's just grasping at straws, trying to get it. This movie is actually deeper than I thought.
Yeah, you're actually going to be hearing that a lot from me when we finally get to Caddyshack 2.
Okay.
But, I don't know, do you have anything else to say?
At this point in the story, new versus old money, no.
Did we get to the dinner scene yet?
Not quite, but there's something that happens before that. No.
Yeah, that.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think of that scene?
I mean, I don't really think I can say what I think of the scene without bringing up Caddyshack 2.
Okay, then save it.
Okay.
I'll talk about the scene. Back to that Family Guy comment, there's a joke where Brian is trying to read something to the Griffin children, and he picks up a book, and he's like, the novelization of the movie Caddyshack.
I don't know, what do you say we read a book or something? Stewie, what does Peter have on his bookshelf?
2 Garfield books and the novelization of the movie Caddyshack.
Ma-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, said Ty, sinking yet another ball. Ma-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
He goes, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, said Ty. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na, and then he gets interrupted.
I'm sorry, who's Brian?
Brian Griffin from Family Guy?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a behind-the-scenes thing. Or something.
No, Family Guy.
Okay.
That na-na-na-na-na thing, I find it to be one of the most quoted lines from the movie.
Really?
I don't get it.
No.
No, that can't be it.
Yeah.
That can't be like... I don't get it. Like, why... Is it just ridiculous that he's making a noise?
I mean, it's simple. Maybe it's easy to memorize,
It was probably improv.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Na.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe people just think it's funny or some stupid...
Dude, they're all on drugs. I don't know.
Okay, maybe it has to do with the time period.
Maybe.
Because do you ever see anyone, I mean, granted, it is an old movie, but do you ever actually see anyone, like, referencing the na-na-na-na-na scene today?
Not really, no.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it has to do with the time period, then.
I guess so. You know what else I feel like has to do with the time period? The whole idea of Ty Webb, the character.
Right.
Because he's supposed to be this like Buddhist guy.
I thought that was a joke.
Well, maybe that's part of the like. What do you mean?
I thought Ty, the character, said that as a joke.
No, he's clearly Buddhist.
Okay. Well,
Because have you remember his house?
yeah, I thought you got all that as a joke.
Well, the whole character is like a joke.
Yeah.
Like a Zen golf player.
Yeah, and he what was the word they used to describe like his decorations?
Oriental, maybe?
Yeah, Oriental.
Yeah. Like that character, I feel like that's such a staple of its time that if you made a golf movie today, like if Caddyshack didn't exist, and you made a golf movie today, and you just have this character whose whole shtick is that he's like so out of it due to his Buddhism,
He's like
you'd be like, what? Like what? Why? It's as out of place as some Irish chick in the middle of Florida.
He'd be like a weeaboo today.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But golf?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, the Dalai Lama plays golf, so.
Yeah, what the fuck was with this Buddhist shit? Like, I don't see much overlap between, like, real-life Buddhism and golf.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Like, Tiger Woods comes out with a shaved head in the orange robe.
As far as sports go, I feel like it's sort of pacifist, so maybe it connects that way.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, I feel like, but even then, like, Kung Fu and Buddhism fit better together
Right.
than golf, to me.
Well, maybe that's just because of, like, where it comes from.
True. I don't think I wrote too much about the dinner scene. Do you have anything to say about the dinner scene?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I thought it would be funny if the judge's wife said, "Who is that disgusting man over there?" And then it played the clip of Ty blowing the smoke out of his nose.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe not. I just kept thinking of my YTP whenever the whole time I was watching this.
Okay. Well,
I'm glad I didn't do that to Caddyshack too, because
Oh,
that
God.
would have ruined
your watching experience?
my viewing. Yeah.
I see. I wrote a bit about Danny and Maggie's sex scene. Do you
Okay.
have anything about that?
I didn't really think it was that notable.
Well, here's my thoughts. I know it was
Must have not been that good.
Shut up. Actually, I haven't really. Oh wait, that's the other sex scene. Anyway, here are my thoughts on Danny and Maggie's sex scene. I've told you this before. The standard for attractiveness of women
Right.
has changed so much since this movie came out. You know who the hot girl is? Lacey Overall.
Lacey Overall?
The blonde one.
That's her name?
Yeah, Lacey Overall.
I
Maybe it's
never noticed
Underall.
that.
I don't know.
Last name's Overall?
Or whatever. Lacey. Her name is Lacey. She is supposed to be like the hot girl.
Right.
She is built like a boy. And, you get to see 2 pairs of boobs in this movie, 4 in total, breasts. The first pair you see are Maggie's.
I mean, if you're counting like guys' boobs.
No, I'm not
then
counting the women's boobs.
It goes up to like, I don't know, 20.
Well, shut up, baby.
Especially in the pool scene.
Oh, God. Anyway. Maggie and Danny, you get them...
Oh wait, and then there's also like another pair of boobs in the pool scene. Like
That's right, I think.
what was it, like chicken fight? Is that what they call it?
Something.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, Danny and Maggie's sex scene. I've got a lot to say here. There's a scene where they're kissing, and they're both half naked. One with the shirt,
Right.
one without the shirt, half naked. And their faces are together, and I'm not joking. I cannot tell which one is supposed to be which, because they both have short, curly-ish hair.
Yeah.
Maggie has no ass, and Danny has large areolas, and I genuinely can't tell which is the boy and which is the girl. And also, aren't they children? Like, what, you could make the case Danny's 18, maybe.
I wouldn't say the actors are children.
No, the actors aren't children. But
Yeah.
like, are the characters? They're supposed to be young teenagers. That's what I know.
I don't really know what they were going for, to be honest. Well, I guess he's trying to get into college, so I guess you're right.
Yeah, because he's not 20.
Yeah.
Like, I assume he just graduated and this is his summer job,
Right.
why is Maggie here? Who's Irish girl? Who left their Irish girl in the middle of this golf course? I don't get it.
Irish people are not allowed in Florida or something?
Oh, God, no. They burned to a crisp like a Protestant in church.
Oh, I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah, so Lacey looked like a boy, too, with the exception of, like, the face and hair. I don't know. I just feel like they need hotter women back then.
I don't really think it's a matter of, like, quality.
What do you mean?
It's probably just, like, they valued different characteristics or something. Like, they valued them looking like boys. That was a joke.
Well, we do that today. We don't like men unless they look like women or whatever. I'm speaking for myself here.
Right, yeah.
Stupid. Do you have anything to say about that? Because the next note I have is about the pool.
I don't know. I mean, I guess sort of talking like this is kind of objectifying, but they are like actors, so like part of their performance is the way they look, sort of.
Fair. I'm not trying to say anything bad. It's just these are my thoughts. I genuinely could not tell which one was supposed to be the man and the woman in Maggie and Danny's sex scene.
Yeah, I mean Maggie has darker hair though.
True, but she should have breasts.
Halfway point. If we're only doing an hour, then we're halfway.
Okay, that's fine. My next note is, so the sex scene. The pool scene comes after the sex scene.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, Tony D'Annunzio, I think his name is Tony, the Italian kid.
Right. Yeah.
I ain't paying no 50 cents for no Coke.
That guy.
Great character too. Great performance.
Pretty good. Yeah.
He has a shaved chest. He's wearing a Speedo, and he's got a happy trail.
What's a happy trail?
A happy trail is so, right? So you know how you have pubes,
right?
And you have this line of hair that comes up to your belly button.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's the happy trail, yeah. But then like this is all shaved, so it's just a line of pubes coming up to his belly button.
I wouldn't really call that a happy trail.
Well, that's the name for it.
Okay.
And
that sounds like a shitty like 80s comedy.
About like a road trip.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck. Anyway, Danny, not Danny.
Roads.
Tony, what?
I just said yeah, Holiday Road.
Tony comes up to Maggie and Danny, who are like sitting by each other by the pool.
Right. Yeah.
The first thing he does is ask Maggie how good Danny is at sex.
Right.
I think he's gay.
I just broke my fork.
Eric just broke his fork while eating the food.
Probably because I feel so strongly about it.
Okay, what do you say?
I think it was just... He just wants to be competitive. I don't really think he's... I mean, he was sort of... Unless... Was that the brother who was, like, jumping?
The brother who
in the
jumped
window?
on Danny.
No. I mean, in the window right before the sex scene. Like,
I don't remember who that was.
I'm pretty sure it was either him or his brother.
Okay.
I think it's probably just him being competitive.
With Danny?
Yeah. Why does he have to be gay to ask?
Well, because you asked someone who had sex with Danny what having sex with Danny is like.
I don't really think he's asking for like specifics. He's just asking for like just general quality, probably. Yeah. Like,
I wouldn't ask someone's girlfriend what sex with them was like, unless I wanted to have sex with them. And was
Fair
getting
point.
recommendation.
Fair point. Yeah.
It's like reading Google reviews.
Google review. God. So if he asked Danny how sex with Maggie was like, would that be gay?
No, I would think he's into Maggie.
Oh, okay.
He's like, what's sex with Maggie like? Like you know.
Yeah.
Maggie a hooligan.
What if he asked Danny what sex with him was like?
Okay, then you have to be like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting thing. The synchronized swimming scene.
Right. Yeah.
That took 2 extra days to shoot. It was not planned, but then someone thought of the idea, and they thought it was so funny that like it wasted 2 days and it adds nothing to the story.
I like it.
It's fine, but like why?
I like how one of the guys is still wearing shoes and socks and shoes.
I didn't notice that. That's good.
Really? You didn't notice that? Are you
No.
kidding me?
No, it's synchronized. You have to look at the whole group.
No, but like, okay, I'm pretty sure everyone in that scene was white. So you see, I mean, there are not a lot of people that aren't white in this entire movie. Let's just be honest.
True.
But anyway.
Well, there's the one black guy. Or the two black guys.
Yeah, two black guys, yeah. Maybe some in the background, but anyway.
Yeah.
You see, like, you all see, like, a bunch of, like, white feet, and then the guy with shoes, like, doesn't he stick out? Like, that's... Even when I watched the scene for the first time, my eyes were directed to that immediately.
Well, the only thing I did really notice that stood out in that scene was there were people who were behind the others in the choreography.
Right.
So that's... If it would happen during that scene, because it is when they like flip upside down and start kicking.
Yeah.
I was probably redirected to the out of time people.
Right. Because you're so rhythmic.
Yeah.
Because you're a musician.
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up.
Anything else you want to say about the pool before we get to the Baby Ruth part?
Just something I liked, or...
Anyway.
I mean, let's see. So he goes over to Maggie, right? Tony.
Yeah.
And he takes Danny's sunglasses and puts them on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes them off and gives them back to Danny. I don't really know what that was for. I mean, he uses them to sort of, like, look cool for, the fucking... What's her name?
Maggie?
Or no, the
Lacey.
other one. Yeah.
Lacey,
yeah. And then he just gives them back. I don't really have anything to say about that. I just thought it was sort of interesting.
True. How old do you think Lacey's supposed to be?
Probably similar age to Danny.
Not to Ty?
Oh. I wouldn't put it past Ty. I mean, he's talking about his college friend who was night putting with the 15-year-old daughter of the dean. So
Well, look, I think that Ty and Lacey are supposed to be of appropriate age together.
Right. Well, maybe Ty is a similar age to Danny then.
No!
I mean, no, like
No.
character, not...
Similar age?
Yeah.
No way!
Okay.
I actually did the math on this. I had a theory. This is gonna sound really stupid. You know in Animal House when they're golfing?
Yes.
I had a theory that Otter is Ty's father, because he's wealthy enough to be going to college. He likes golf,
Right.
and all that. And they do talk about Ty's father a lot. Here's the math: for Ty to be Otter's child, Otter would have had to have been 18 when Ty was born, and I think he's over 18 because he's not a freshman. He might be a senior in Animal House, and I don't think he had Ty in college.
Okay.
And I don't think Ty's 18. So, I don't know. Ty is way older. I'm going to guess like 30.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
They show a painting of Ty's father.
Wait, that's Caddyshack.
And Caddyshack 2.
Wait, we're not there yet.
And it looks exactly like Ty.
That's the joke, though.
So it's not the guy from Animal House.
I don't know,
Checkmate.
maybe they Rikish checkmate. Fuck you. Look, Ty is 30, Lacey's late 20s, Danny's not even 20.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Is Lacey a pedophile?
By our standards, how old did you say she was?
Late 20s, maybe.
Late 20s.
Yeah. You want to tie me up with some of your ties?
Okay, well, okay, so Danny's guaranteed he's at least 18, right? Because he's talking about getting into college.
Well, it could be. It's probably 18. Let's just go with 18.
Okay, so I'm gonna say she isn't, but it's kind of a red flag.
It is a red flag. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, she prioritizes Danny over any other adult, you know?
I mean, maybe she asked for consent. I'll scream.
Well, it's not like you... Like, they both wanted it.
Right.
This is stupid.
I don't know.
Okay, wait, the poop scene in the pool.
Right.
To me, that was very unrealistic for one reason only. When the woman eating the Baby Ruth pulled it out of the wrapper, it already looked like poop.
Really?
It did not look like what a Baby Ruth looks like. It was lumpy and had peanuts sticking out of it. That is not what a Baby Ruth looks like.
Okay, well, to be fair, I've never had a Baby Ruth that's like an ice cream Baby Ruth, right?
No, I thought it was a candy bar.
Oh, I thought there was like an ice cream.
Why did you just drop the phone?
No, I didn't drop the phone. What are you talking about?
Well, it made a noise. Whatever. Go on.
Okay. Oh, you're just playing it up for the.
No, just like that's an annoying thing to hear. Just like you're listening to something. That
I was just putting it down.
Okay, whatever. Just restart.
Okay. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
The ice cream Baby Ruth.
Okay. Well, I thought there was an ice cream version. It looked like a nice cold treat. So.
Stop fucking with the phone.
Shut up.
Okay.
I got a notification. All right.
Okay, whatever. Ice cream treat.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, whatever. Just talk.
I don't look. That's all I had to say. The only kind of Baby Ruth that I've had would be, I'm guessing it would be called fun size.
Yeah, Halloween.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe there is an ice cream version that.
I'm sure that wasn't it.
How can you be
Because
so
it's
sure?
a chocolate bar.
Oh,
and if it was ice cream, it would have melted in the pool.
Also, if it was ice cream, it probably would have been on a stick.
True.
So, unless the stick melted.
No, I don't think the stick melted. Speaking of sticky stuff, that scene when Carl's cleaning the pool and the Baby Ruth floats by his feet,
Right.
and he looks down and picks it up and says, "It's no big deal,"
No big deal.
and takes a bite out of it.
Right.
If it was poop, it would probably be odorless by then. A candy bar is odorless. Do you think he thought it was poop? Because he would not have known for sure that it was candy.
So you're asking me
Yes.
if Carl
Yes.
would pick up a piece of shit, sniff it, and then take a bite.
Assuming it was shit. Like how else am I supposed to read that scene? He did not know for sure that it was candy.
Look, the only way I could see that possibly happening would be if he thought it wasn't shit, but it actually was.
Oh, like for a gag? Like what if the gag was
No, I mean
reversed?
like if Carl was a real person.
Okay.
Because he doesn't really strike me as the type of guy that would purposefully eat shit.
Well, he has trauma from Vietnam, and he's not all there in the head. So, I don't know.
But everything else he's done in the movie, it just doesn't seem to be on the same level of unhinged as eating shit.
Well, he blows up. Oh, that's what. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
spoilers, by the way, for both movies, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else about the poop scene?
No.
Okay. I think Ty is abstinent or something. Why is he fumbling so much with this sexy woman?
Ty?
Because like during their date.
Okay. Could you... Abstinent means like he chooses to not have sex.
Chooses to not have sex.
So he's
I think
celibate.
Celibate, yeah.
Okay.
I think that he's like trying to skew the temptation. Because you cannot fuck up this much. Like, you have to be a psychopath to not be able to read the fact that she's uncomfortable with his actions. Like the stuff with the snorting of the salt and all that. Or like with the fumbling with the massage oil.
Right. I think he was just trying to like just be funny.
Like, I've done that, but like I can also read people.
Right. Okay, well, I guess I can't read people because I didn't notice that she she was uncomfortable. I mean, obviously during the massage scene, she was sort of uncomfortable, but I felt like there was sort of like a playful nature surrounding it.
I mean, maybe event at first you could read it that way.
So that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Well, I think he's more of a psychopath than anything.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's reached such a state of nirvana that the troubles of the modern world don't affect him in any way whatsoever.
He don't need no woman.
He's a girl boss. All right. This is a note that doesn't have anything to do with the movie. I just thought of it. Chevy Chase was the most handsome, funny person back then. Today, the most funny, handsome person is Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Paul Rudd.
Like someone who's handsome and can like improv and be funny.
I don't know. Paul Rudd kind of looks like a woman.
Paul Rudd does not look like a woman.
That was a joke.
Okay, shut the fuck.
Paul Rudd, he doesn't really seem that handsome to me, and also I don't even think he's that funny.
Well, he can improv.
He can?
He can.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't really put a superhero film on the same level as Caddyshack.
Well, I'm not thinking of superhero films. I'm thinking of the Judd Apatow stuff.
Okay, well then I'm uninformed because I only know him from his superhero stuff and also Halloween 4 or 5. I'm a fucking maybe it was 6 actually. God.
Okay, moving on from Paul Rudd.
Oh God, why am I embarrassing myself like
We can
this?
cut it out. Don't worry. So during Ty and Lacey's intimate scene together after the stuff with the massage oil, they go down Ty's slide into his pool naked.
Right.
This would mark the first of 2 movies in the early 80s where Chevy Chase skinny dips with a blonde woman.
Well, hold on, there you go.
What?
So that proves that she wasn't actually uncomfortable because she was willing to go skinny dipping with him.
Look, during the scenes where he was making her uncomfortable, I think she was uncomfortable.
Okay, well, she wasn't uncomfortable to the point where she's like, you know what? I gotta get the hell out
I'm
of
not
here.
going to go skinny dipping with you.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, what's the point of that? I just realized there's no point to showing their development together other than the gags, because it's not like their relationship goes anywhere. I don't even think they're in a scene together after that.
Right.
There's no breakup. Like, this movie is a mess.
Maybe it's just to show that. What's her name again? Rodney?
Lacey?
Lacey, yeah. Maybe it's to show that it's just to show that Lacey like gets around.
It looks good. Oh, true, because that does tie in back to what the judge says talking to Danny.
Yeah.
Dude, Lacey and Danny.
Zest for life.
Zest for life. Lacey and Danny get the most action in this movie.
He like moves his upper lip when he says zest for life, right? He's like, I can't even do it. Zest for I don't know. That's a
for context, Eric was just showing me moving of his upper lip.
It like twitches or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Ted Knight, fantastic. Back to what Chevy was doing, or what Ty was doing. I wrote down, hot people can get away with anything. If I tried doing this on a woman, I would be in jail. He freaking stabbed her because during the massage he takes a toothpick and stabs her.
It doesn't puncture the skin.
It doesn't puncture the skin, but like that's something.
It's a toothpick.
You can't stab a woman. Is this news to you, Eric? I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking, does it really count as stabbing if it doesn't puncture the skin?
That's funny. I know you're not trying to be funny, but like that's a funny line. Look. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. I would not do this to a woman. The fact that he did it to a woman, it's kind of like messy.
It wasn't messy because
I know. Fuck you. Okay, next line.
Okay. Nothing fell out.
Anything about Lacey and Ty's sex scene?
Lacey and Ty's sex scene.
Well, sex scene. They don't actually have sex.
Do you think the love song was improvised? That was a stupid question.
I was born to like your face. I don't know. He played the piano well.
Yeah. Maybe they just added that in post.
In real life, it was like, yeah.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. I doubt we'll have much time for Caddyshack 2.
We're not gonna stop in 1 hour. Are you kidding me?
Why not?
We just did the first podcast about Caddyshack, second one about Caddyshack 2.
No, I doubt we're gonna make the second one. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going.
You seriously need to like be back at your place at 4?
Yes. Look. Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll cut this out. Anyway, next thing. So much stuff happens in the background. We were just talking about this. I have some examples here. When the old man, in the beginning, when the old man is trying to find his ball, with Tony D'Annunzio as the caddy, you see his wife in the background swinging over and over again, hitting nothing, just standing there and swinging. And then at the end of the old man scene, it cuts to her like, whee! And then the ball goes in the water.
Yeah.
She was just doing that, moving the whole time.
Right.
I don't know. If you watch it again, it's really good.
Golly, I'm hot today.
At the yacht party, when Smale's wife is speaking,
Yeah.
like through the megaphone,
Right, yeah.
there's a kid in the background making goofy faces at Danny in the sailor suit. And like Danny's making fun of the kid.
I can believe it.
Okay, yeah. When Smales is choking Al Shervick, a guy tries to break up the two of them, but then in the background, Ty puts the guy in a chokehold and he says to the guy, break it up, break it up.
Yeah. Are we just moving ahead right now?
Well, kind of, because the next scene is the yacht battle.
Battle.
The yacht scene.
Okay, yeah, because I actually had some stuff to say about that scene.
I'll let you take the lead on this one.
I thought you were just gonna like keep going to like past.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, the yacht scene.
Right.
Incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
I loved the background music that starts the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was made for the movie.
I know that it's actually the instrumental to a song.
Oh, okay. Maybe what? Well, actually, to be honest, because if you check the soundtrack, I'm pretty sure that one song from the Ten Commandments is in it. So
Yeah, with the
maybe it's not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay. What the fuck was I gonna say? The Smells' wife hitting the front of the boat and the thing breaking. That was a great gag. I loved it.
I mean, it was the most obvious gag in my opinion.
But okay, I think the thing that makes it wouldn't be funny if it was just that.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes it is just like the 4 or 5 or like 6 seconds of Smales just like staring and like all you hear is like just the boat like rocking noises. He's just staring. Oh god, I love that. God.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good.
God. Yeah.
Go on.
And then I guess you would call it choreography of like the plane and like all the jet skiers.
Incredible.
Yeah. The almost got head from Amelia. I almost got head from Amelia.
Oh yeah, like you have this. First of all, great music.
Yeah.
Great scoring of the scene. The fantastic visuals, and then Rodney doing killer one-liners throughout. Like this is just one of the best scenes in all of cinema, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel bad for the guy that was just sitting in his boat and then he jumps out.
Yeah.
He was just relaxing there. Why'd you need to like?
That was a great double take too.
Oh yeah.
Like with the eyes, like.
Especially like he does the thing where like his eyes pop out.
Yes. Oh man, like it's a great scene.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I can't watch that scene without feeling bad for him.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And even though it's like Smales is like a giant like not good person.
Yeah.
I still feel bad for him when like the anchor goes through his boat.
Oh, true. But then Rodney saves the scene with, "Hey, you scratched my anchor."
I know. I still feel bad for him.
Well, yeah.
Because like he cared about that boat.
I feel like that scene should have been the final scene
Of the entire movie.
of the whole movie.
Kidding me?
Look, I know that the golf scene, the green top blowing up wraps everything up, but
You gotta end it with a big bang.
fuck you. Look, that fucking scene was a big bang, though.
No, but literally a bang.
I know what you mean. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
We'll catch up. Anything else about the yacht scene?
No.
Okay, because the scene that follows that is Danny and Lacey's sex scene.
Right. I liked the background music on that. It was like sort of a slower version of like the intro. You know.
I think so. Oh, it was. Yeah.
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 Oh, did you just notice that?
Yeah. Or I think I just remembered it because I saw it.
Okay.
I wrote Danny's sex scene with Lacey is very strange to me.
Strange.
Because she looks like a guy. If I wanted to watch two guys have sex, I'd watch gay porn, not Caddyshack. Similarly, there's too much golfing in gay pornos.
That's good.
Thank you. Don't say that's good.
That's good.
Okay, fine, whatever. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. It's kind of weird how it seems like they had sex in Judge Smales' bed.
Did they not?
No, I'm just saying it seems like they did.
They did.
I just don't know why they would do that.
Well, don't you want to have sex in the best bedroom?
I'd rather not be caught by
That's
her
fair.
father.
No, he's not the father.
Oh, right.
She's
okay.
like his niece or something.
Niece, yeah. Whatever. He's pretty much just as protective of her as her father. So
Well, yeah.
might as well be.
This movie's just jokes.
Yeah.
This movie should not be analyzed plot-wise. This movie's just jokes and sex. So after their sex scene,
Right.
and
He
Smales,
puts on Smales' robe.
He puts on Smales' robe. But like Smales comes in, and he's so furious. He's got the club, and he's like and he's attacking him. That scene where Danny's in the bathroom hiding from Smales after having sex with Lacey, right?
Right.
And Smales is breaking down the door with the golf club.
Yeah.
And he has a hole in the door,
Uh-huh.
and he puts his face in. What movie does that remind you of?
Caddyshack 2.
The Shining. Here's Johnny. This movie came out the year of The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in production for like months before it was released. So it's not even like The Shining. It's not like it's a parody of that scene from The Shining. You just have two movies from the year 1980 where someone breaks a door with an instrument and puts his face through.
Right.
I find that coincidental.
And Here's Johnny was actually improvised.
Is that true?
So you didn't know that?
I haven't even seen the movie.
I thought you were just going to say, yeah, no shit, stupid dumbass.
Well, I didn't know. So you told me something and you just told the fans.
Okay, yeah.
How you doing there, guy? You have enough water?
Well, obviously, he was referencing the Johnny Carson thing.
What's the Johnny Carson thing?
You know, where I don't watch the show. He just says, here's Johnny, I guess.
Oh, I thought you meant Judge Smales references the Johnny Carson thing.
No.
Hey, Whitey, where's your ass? All right, sorry.
Where's your ass?
Shut up. Okay. All right. Anything else about that scene?
It's kind of ridiculous how he was trying to like hit Danny and he just hits the two posts on his bed. That's pretty unrealistic.
Well,
I know, but it's pretty like cartoon thing.
Oh yeah.
Or cartoony.
I guess so. It doesn't detract from the movie.
No, it doesn't detract, but I'm just thinking like you're trying to hit Danny. I guess you just don't even care about your bed at that point because you're so angry.
Fair.
I love the part where like the old couple from, I'm assuming it was the one from the earlier in the scene. They were like waiting for the tea and then and then it drops and they're like that must be the tea.
Yeah, good scene.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird how like the exchange of like Danny and Smales' wife inside the shower where they like give each other looks.
It's funny and it's canon.
What do you mean it's
because
canon?
like earlier, I don't remember which scene it was, but earlier it was established that they both did find each other attractive then, or at least she found him attractive.
I thought she was just being polite.
No, what? No, they were both into it, or at least she was.
It was the scene where she.
What's with these older women crushing on Danny, by the way?
Shut up.
Go on.
It was the scene where he was like, may I escort you down to the fucking docks or whatever. Was that the scene you're talking about?
Possibly. I think it was at the yacht club.
And then the snails was like something about his best girl.
Yes, yeah.
Would you like to make $14 the hard way?
Great line. Nothing better than an old rich woman fainting in comedy. That and getting a pie in the face.
Oh, did that happen?
That did not happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like the only thing old rich women are good for in comedy. Is fainting and getting a pie.
Yeah, Chaplin too, like his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like in modern times when he does like the thing like twisting the wrenches, and then you see like this rich woman walking down the sidewalk and she's got like those like wrench things on like her tits. You know, and like we don't even need to see him like actually do it. We just know like they're like suggesting the idea, yeah. And then like he chases her. Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up.
The priest's golf game.
Oh yes. God, I love the music. I had to use that music in the awards show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah. I want to talk about the beginning. Then you can talk about the golf game.
The beginning. Oh yeah.
So
the guy was like a Cinderella boy.
Yeah, Cinderella story. Yeah. So that scene is one of the most iconic improv scenes. I believe it's like used to show good improv in a movie.
Really?
Because that was improvised. I have a big-ish
Crowd
complaint.
standing on the feet.
Out here at Augusta, usually reserved Augusta crowd.
Yeah.
For the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Anyway, that scene starts with with Carl whacking the tops off of the flowers.
Right.
The priest comes down and he's like, "Boy, I need you to help me with my golf game, and it's raining," like that. It is not Carl's job to be a caddy. Carl is a groundskeeper. Why is Carl doing the caddy's job?
I don't really think it matters.
It does matter.
It makes for a funny scene where Carl's like, I don't think the heavy stuff's gonna come down for at least a while.
I guess so, but like Lou could have done that.
I know, but it's just I think the fact that it's him doing it.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Like that's not
I know,
his job.
I know. Obviously, it's not his. I mean, maybe. Oh, I think the thing was. The guy's a bishop.
Yeah.
So maybe he just thinks he's a caddy, and Carl just doesn't want to like go against him because he's like certainly your excellency or something, right? You know, like he just goes with him anyway, even though it's not his job. Like, because maybe he's intimidated.
That could be it.
Not that it matters, but.
I think you might have answered my question. I
Yeah.
guess that's the best answer. Certainly, your eminence.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, during the golf scene, like in the rain when it's coming down, there's a scene where the bishop gets a hole-in-one. Obviously, it's one of many, and the bishop's celebrating, like, "Can you believe it?" Something like that, and then Carl's like, "Oh yeah, and then he looks into the camera.
Really?
Like, "Can you believe this guy?" For like 5 seconds.
I didn't notice.
I'm just curious why. Like, nothing really happened for him to be giving like a reaction shot to the audience. Like, he's like,
I didn't really notice.
Well, if you watch it again, you'll see it and remember what I say, and you'll be like, yeah, why is he doing that?
Maybe Harold was like, it's fine.
What the fuck is Harold? Oh, the director.
Yeah.
Bill Burr's first.
That's my Harold impression, even though.
Nice.
Yeah. Bill Murray's face.
I liked some of the bishop's like diction in that scene.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, "I'm infallible, young fellow." I don't know why I like that so much, but I just wish I could like think of lines like that.
Well, in another great line from that final line before he gets struck by lightning, you remember what he says?
Rat farts.
Rat farts. Too immature for me.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that scene.
So, yeah, I like the part where he's like, surely the good Lord would never interrupt the greatest game of, and then you're like lightning cry and shit.
God.
And then it cuts to the shot of them like walking up the hill and it's like super windy and shit.
Yeah.
God. It's just. Oh man.
And then the next time we see the bishop, he's got 5 o'clock shadow and he's at the bar. And
Yeah, somehow he just hasn't shaved.
it's been like a day.
Yeah.
Pull yourself together. You're a bishop, for God's sakes. There is no God.
I'm just a man, same with you.
No, you're not. You're a bishop. That's stupid.
I can't do the voice. I just fucked up the voice there.
Speaking of voice, did you know that actor, Henry Wilcoxon, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
He was in silent movies.
Really?
He is a veteran of acting.
I did not know that.
So when you said something about like how you liked his diction, interesting. Man came up when movies didn't require diction.
It's probably just like words of the time that he was brought up in.
Maybe. The best game of my life.
Yeah.
Speaking of Catholics, I just remembered this. I guess I'm asking why to a gag. Why does Danny have so many siblings that never appear again after the first scene?
Maybe it's a funny gag.
Okay, fuck you. Okay.
What do you? I'm just trying to like think my way through this.
Like they don't serve a purpose other than to be in the house.
Have you watched any deleted scenes? Because maybe they reappeared. I'm not sure.
The only deleted scene I've seen is the one.
Oh right, I know what you're talking about.
With the big machine.
Yeah. I think that was recommended to me on YouTube.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know why.
I mean, it's interesting. Okay, this is something. If you watch this on HBO, which is the streaming service that it is on, this movie, at negative 33 minutes and 6 seconds in.
Sorry, negative? You go backwards?
Well, it's what it says. It means I have 33 minutes left in the movie. It doesn't tell me how far I'm into the movie.
What'd you say in?
Fuck you. Okay. At negative 33 minutes and 6 seconds in.
Ouch.
Shut up. On the line, "You're here early." So let me set up the context. Danny's in a locker room for the caddies.
Right.
And Maggie comes in. This is where she tells him about the pregnancy. About how she's late for not being pregnant.
Yeah.
On her line, "You're here early," she loses her accent entirely. No Irish.
Did not notice. Man, I'm disappointed in myself. I was trying to notice shit and I didn't notice that.
Daddy? Hi, Maggie.
You're here early.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the Carl thing either.
Speaking of that, if you go on IMDb for this movie, under awards, it only won 1 award. You probably won't guess what it is, so I'll just tell you.
Supporting actor.
Keep guessing.
Okay. It's definitely not best comedy. Maybe directing. Maybe costume design. Maybe it was Ted Knight. Maybe.
You think Ted Knight won best costume design?
No, I'm just talking about his performance.
If you go on IMDb for this movie...
Are you sure it wasn't just a nomination?
Well, you know what? You're right. It is a nomination. Go on IMDb. 1 nomination for an award. The Stinkers Bad Movie Awards.
Oh my god.
Most Annoying Fake Accent Female went to Sarah Holcomb for her role as Maggie O'Hooligan.
That's just...
Well, look, it's a comedic accent, so you're gonna overplay it. But when you don't have it on a line, to be fair, that can be chalked up to the direction.
I mean, if you think about it, literally everything can be chalked up to the direction.
It was Harold Ramis's first time directing. This movie's gonna be bad in most areas. Like, you've got that scene where the Scottish guy fumbles his line.
Yeah.
You've got this part where Maggie loses her accent. It's,
Okay, I'm gonna ask you something. I'm not sure what you're gonna say. I don't even know why I'm prefacing it. But, do you think you would have done a better job directing, like as you are now, than Harold did?
No. I would have crumbled under that kind of pressure.
Okay.
Like, you're working with comedy superstars. Harold Ramis infamously did do a thing, though, where he just kept the camera rolling and let the comedians do their thing.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at that point in time they weren't comedy superstars, or at least not as much as they are now. So.
Chevy definitely was. He was the star.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, they're still not as much as he is now.
Yeah.
Okay, how
well,
about
actually,
this?
no, I think Chevy was either in his peak or past his peak. No, definitely, because the 80s was his peak, early 80s, with Vacation and all that. Chevy was huge. I'll just say that.
Okay, well, I mean, still, though, it wasn't early 80s, it was 80, so...
Sure, but that's in the early 80s. And he was the biggest person on SNL.
I mean, here's the thing. The Vacation movie came out in 84.
83.
I'm fucking stupid.
Just go on.
God. Okay. Why do I even say anything?
Just go on. What do you think?
I don't even remember. Well, let's just talk about Maggie again.
Okay.
Not being pregnant.
This scene, look, I can excuse the fact that she has the bad accent. Because this is, like, a very dramatic scene for no reason, almost.
Yeah. I think here's the reason.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
But the reason, I think, is that it's an ensemble story cast movie. But they're trying to have sort of a hero's journey thing, like with the void.
Mm-hmm.
And this is supposed to be the void, where like the characters are at like their deepest, darkest, worst point in the movie.
I can see that.
So that's all I have to say about that.
I mean, yeah, no, that story-wise, that's a good explanation. But like, this is a comedy.
Yeah.
This has been nothing but laughs or smiles the whole time, and you have this girl, come in with "I'm pregnant," and then Danny, you see him. First of all, The Great Santini. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's starring Robert Duvall, and opposite Robert Duvall is Michael O'Keefe, who plays Danny, who also plays Robert Duvall's child. That is a drama, and that was what Michael O'Keefe, who plays Danny, did before this. So he's done drama.
Right.
And you have him all of a sudden doing this dramatic scene in the movie, and as a teenager about his age watching the movie, when Maggie says that she's pregnant, if you watch Danny's face, you see his world kind of get all washy and messy. And then he says the only thing that he can say, which is, well, that's it then. We'll just get married. But then you watch Maggie and she's like, oh God, that's all I need. Like, you have two people who think at this moment that their lives are a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Am I boring you, Eric?
No, I just wanted to rest my head a little bit, sorry.
Oh, okay. But anyway, it's like a dramatic scene out of nowhere. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, no, you're right, but they're trying to have sort of they just want to have conflict, so the audience feels like they actually like watched something happen instead of just a bunch of funny scenes one after another.
Yeah.
And look, despite how dark, I guess you could say this scene is, I think it's completely forgivable because it's pretty much resolved immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's like you set up a thing, you cure it immediately, and then you move on?
Yeah, I guess I probably have to knock some points for that, but how else were they gonna resolve it?
I don't even think they needed it.
No, but what I'm saying is, it makes, okay, I guess it's sort of filler, but I think it makes the film feel more like a film,
Yeah.
and less just like a bunch of scenes.
I mean, barely, but yes.
Yeah.
In their argument, where Maggie eventually confesses that it might not even be Danny's kid, if the kid.
Right.
Who do you think she was sleeping with?
Maybe Tony.
Maybe Tony. Oh fuck, maybe. You think so? Because that's the only other person I can think of.
Could be. Maybe Ty.
No, I don't think. Dude, I don't think Ty is sleeping with anyone. Genuinely.
Maybe Shelly? No, Lacey.
She slept with Lacey and Lacey got her pregnant.
Yeah. You might not be the father, okay?
I might not even be the mother.
Let's see. Yeah, why wasn't there a Lacey Maggie sex scene?
Oh my god. Then they'd both be boys. It would just be a gay sex scene. No.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest problem the movie had. Let's see. It could have been Judge Smales. Maybe it was the head groundskeeper. You know,
The Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Dude, this is stupid.
Okay, but for real, I think it must have been Tony, unless it was someone who like we haven't seen. We saw her sitting on a patio with some other people. I'm assuming those are her friends, but I'm pretty sure all of those were women.
No, there was a guy because one of them was also jumping on the thing to look at them having sex.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure he wasn't there in the original, in the patio scene.
They were on staircase though.
Scene. The porch scene.
Okay. Look, I think Tony is the best pick here. So I guess maybe he's not gay?
Okay, look. Tony, out of the cast that is the cast, is actually like part of the main cast and actually a person that was in the movie. I would agree. But if this was like a real like thing that happened, I would say it would probably be someone outside of the movie.
Probably.
Because I don't think she would be into Tony. Tony's sort of, egotistical, I mean, Danny is sort of, kind of too. Obviously, she sleeps around. Maybe she just wouldn't care. Because, she says it might not be you, so maybe... I'm just speculating. I would need to know what her standards are.
Yeah. Well, she could be into women. She did have a short haircut. Okay, that was stupid. I'm sorry.
I mean, that is true.
Fuck off.
But she said she's pregnant. I mean,
okay.
Maybe she's just stupid and she just doesn't know. Maybe she thinks that... Maybe she was in a three-way with Lacey and Judge Smith.
Dude, shut up. That's his niece. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking to you about this. Okay. Well, my question is this. No, what are you gonna say?
Maybe she was a three-way with Lacey and Judge Smills' wife.
Fuck off. Okay. My question is this. Where do these people live? Just listen to me. We know Danny lives biking distance from the place. Smales lives driving distance. Carl lives in a shed or something.
Right. I'm assuming like in the country club.
Yeah, I think Ty also lives. Ty can't live. Wait, does Ty live in the country club?
I don't.
You watched Caddyshack too, isn't his place?
It's okay. We can say it's adjacent, but I don't think it's
on the property.
Yeah,
because it's multi-acres.
Yeah,
and there's a pool. Wait, is that? No, that can't be.
It's also possible that he moved in between movies, and it's also possible that it doesn't matter.
Well, but I'm thinking, where does Maggie live? Because if there are like housing units on the property, that would be the only thing that makes sense. Because we'll get to that.
We saw her house.
Did we? Was that her house?
Are you kidding me? Yes. What, they just have sex in a random fucking shack?
I thought
it wasn't a shack. It was like an apartment.
Okay, then listen to me because I'm going to talk about this one of the stupidest scenes I've seen.
Yeah.
Not bad, just like why. It's nighttime. Maggie's dressed in all white, and she's dancing, and you hear this beautiful sounding music as she's dancing. She's so happy. And she's on the golf course.
Yeah.
Remember? And then she's dancing, and then she sees Danny standing in the dark, wearing his caddy uniform, hands in jacket, watching her. And she's like, "Danny?" And then he reaches his arms out, and she comes running into them, and they hug. What the fuck were either of them doing on the golf course so late at night? Okay. Danny's not caddying. Why is he in a uniform? If she lives all the way over there, and if those are her pajamas, did she frolic all the way to the golf course?
Maybe she had it under her work clothes, and she was wearing it to work. And then,
she wears shorts.
And then she just got off her shift. Maybe she like tucked it into her belt or like her waistband or something.
Why the fuck was she frolicking?
Okay, look. You're gonna hate this.
Yeah, what?
But I think it's supposed to be abstract.
What the fuck was Danny doing there?
It's abstract.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Everyone was on drugs. If anything, they were just on drugs.
Yeah,
Okay.
The script was on drugs.
The script was on drugs. Oh, here's a question.
The script was drugs. The movie they changed it to Caddyshack.
I asked you if you thought Maggie, who you thought Maggie is sleeping with.
Yeah.
There's another option too. Maggie says to Danny, "It might not even be your kid."
Okay.
Sorry. Maggie says to Danny, "It might not even be your kid." Danny says something like, "You don't have to lie to me."
Yeah.
Do you think she was lying?
Didn't think about that. I'm gonna say she was lying.
She was lying?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It just, given the possibility that she might have been lying, she doesn't really seem like the type of person to like be like Danny or Lacey.
Sleeping around?
Yeah. Obviously I have no idea what I'm talking about because they're not real people, and even if they were real people, I have no idea who they are. I don't know them. I'm still just speculating.
They're like characters. You look at them as characters.
Okay, I know, but okay, let's see. So she has a job. She's a waitress. She likes to sort her holy cards.
Is that true?
With Danny.
Oh, sex?
I don't know.
Well, they have sex.
Okay, so maybe she likes to sort her holy cards with Tony then. Or maybe the head groundskeeper.
It would have taken a lot for her to admit to Danny that she's been cheating on him.
Yeah.
But she did it so casually without much hesitation.
Okay, you seem like you've got a better grasp on this.
Well, I'm just curious, because there's a lot of ways to interpret this movie.
No, you're right. I think she was lying. She was lying just because she admitted it so quickly.
Fascinating. Okay.
That's not fascinating. Fuck you.
Okay, next line. Okay, now we're on the part where Danny is in Judge Smales' office after the lamp thing.
God, yeah. Oh God, I love the part where I love the way Judge Smales he says he's like sit down, Danny.
Sit down, Danny.
He has like a British accent.
Anything about that lamp part? Because that was also in Family Guy.
Iconic.
Iconic, absolutely. Very gaggy.
Yeah.
More gaggy than some of the other stuff.
I like this. I like the part where he's like, "I've sent boys younger than you to the gas chamber."
That's my favorite line in the whole movie. I wrote it down. I said, my favorite line is when the judge is talking to Danny in his office and he says,
I've sentenced boys younger than you to the gas chamber. Didn't want to do it. Felt I owed it to them.
great, fantastic line. This movie's great.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When he says gas chamber, does he actually mean gas chamber? Because it's 1980.
I know.
It's fucking 1980.
This movie is a joke, Eric. The thing is, if you think he actually means literal gas chamber, that is hilarious. And if he's being metaphoric, what does gas chamber mean other than death?
Definitely means death.
Okay, so that's even funnier. I've sentenced boys younger than you to die. I didn't want it. I didn't want to do it, but I felt I owed it. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, I love the way he said it, his performance too.
Yeah.
When I finally got to that line in the movie, I decided that I didn't actually feel bad when his boat got so I don't think it was sunk, but when the anchor went through his shit, I was like, well, fuck you.
You kill people.
Yeah, because he did feel like he owed it to them though. So,
but he didn't want to do it. You think this movie, do you think possession's a thing?
Possession.
Like by demons?
Certainly a possibility. Like the way, I don't really think that Maggie would have admitted so quickly that it might have been someone else if she wasn't possessed somehow by some sort of demon or otherworldly creature.
Because Bill Murray has even though he's stupid,
right?
Carl believes enough in his heart that he will receive total consciousness after he dies.
Get a ball.
Get a ball.
Get a ball, come in.
I don't know. It's just like this otherworldly aspect to the movie that could be there.
Yeah.
There is no God. You know, maybe when he got struck by the lightning, he saw something.
Yeah.
So many religious undertones. Like, I know it's funny to make fun of Catholics, but like the stuff with Buddhism and death.
Is death inherently a religious concept, though?
Religion is a response to death.
Right.
So they're intertwined. And you have... What? Why did you just bang that on the table?
I didn't...
For context, Eric took out a baby and smashed its head on the table.
I felt I owed it to him.
Fuck you. Okay. Great segue.
I didn't want to.
A thing I wrote. This movie is so funny that I don't think I smiled at all. I just get so caught up in the madness that I become numb to it. I find that to be a big problem with movies like this that are that funny. They have minimal rewatch value. Nearly every line, joke, or scene is so memorable that I could probably recite this movie from memory, shot by shot, and I haven't even seen it more than 4 times. Like, everything is so iconic it sticks with you.
I mean, you might be able to... Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Shot by shot, I mean, that's kind of difficult.
Scene by scene.
Okay, definitely scene by scene.
But even then, shots within the scenes.
Yes, definitely some shots, yeah. Like,
Enough shots.
Yeah, like the synchronized swimming thing.
Yeah.
And the lifeguard being pushed into the...
Oh, fuck yeah.
We forgot to mention that.
This thing is chaos.
You shave your ass.
Yes! Oh, God. You shave your ass.
Yeah.
Alright, I talked about Maggie in the nightgown.
You already did.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I said I talked about Maggie in the nightgown.
I thought you meant in your notes.
Yeah, just keep banging stuff.
I thought you meant in your notes.
Yeah. Alright, so the one after that scene, Maggie in the nightgown, is the inciting incident scene, where you have all the men in suits in the bar in the clubhouse.
I forgot why they were there in the first place.
Well, the bishop, I think, was drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And the judge was there just because Is he the owner of the club?
He's definitely a shareholder, I think.
Okay, that could be it. Well, he's there because he's just like top banana. Ty's there because he is golfer, you know.
He said that him and Ty's father built the club.
Is that true?
Yeah, you don't remember that? He said that.
That might have even been in the scene.
It was. He said,
okay.
he said your father and I built this club, and then Ty's like,
my father never liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the scene where Al and the judge make the bet.
Right.
That happens here. So now, with only 20 minutes left,
yeah.
the movie gets a plot.
Bye, Bushwood.
That's right, it sucks.
Anyway, in this scene, Ty says...
The only reason I'm here is because I'm fired.
Fuck you. So in the scene, Ty says that you could say he's religious, but if he's supposed to be Buddhist, he's the worst Buddhist I've ever seen. His house has so much stuff in it.
Oh,
I'm sure that's probably the joke, though. In real life, this is true. I read this in a book, Wild and Crazy Guys. It's the story about 80s comedies. It said that in real life, Chevy Chase's grandfather gave their family fortune to a Buddhist temple.
Really?
Yes.
What did the temple do with it?
Build shit? I don't know.
Well, hold on.
What?
But isn't that...
Hypocritical.
What's the... Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
yeah.
Buddhists do need money to get by in the world.
Okay.
Maybe not spiritually.
Okay.
But like to feed themselves. Or maybe it's to feed other people.
Yeah, maybe. Bribe people to become Buddhists.
Psst. I'll give you $50 if you give up worldly possessions.
Yeah.
Only 20 minutes left in the movie that finally gets a plot. Do you have anything to say about that scene?
Other than bye Bushwood, no.
Okay.
No. Oh wait. Oh, I love the part where Rodney's like, Dr. Frankenputz, and he's like, I beg your pardon.
I don't remember that.
No, he's like, I'll take Ty and you take Dr. Frankenputz.
Yeah. I remember that.
I beg your pardon. This is later. I like the part where he's like, it's probably just a routine emergency.
Oh, yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
Dr. Beeper, right?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No slouch myself.
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch. Another plot hole in the movie. So this is the scene where it's nighttime. Ty's golfing, and then the golf ball ends up in Carl's shack.
Right.
If Ty is such a good golfer, how did his ball end up in a bush?
It was nighttime.
Oh, he was simply putting at night.
15-year-old
None of the tea. Okay, well, that's fair, I guess.
I mean, okay, the scene starts with him, like, falling around in a bush, right?
Yeah, he's in the bush trying to get the ball out.
Right. So maybe, I mean, he is an excellent golfer, but, you know, sometimes excellent golfers, they have their bad days, like when he hits the ball and then it goes on the bird's beak. You know, that is unlucky. That's unfortunate.
That is true. All right, you answered the question. In Bill Murray and Chevy Chase's scene together, the one they have in the movie, that's in the released theatrical cut,
Right.
which is this scene.
Yes.
Did you know that they infamously hated each other?
You told me that before.
Yes, because they got into a feud on SNL, you know, just star stuff.
But what? Oh, just being like, I'm more popular than you. No, I'm more popular than you. Was it like that?
The gist of it can be boiled down to that.
Okay.
Bill Murray called Chevy Chase a medium talent. And,
Was that, like, meant to be an insult?
yes.
Why would the fuck he say that? Why would he say that?
Because they were feuding already.
That's just mean.
They were feuding already. What is the number one rule of improv?
Yes and.
Exactly. What is the number two rule of improv?
Oh, fuck. Just use whatever's at the top of your head. Is that it?
No. Make the other person look good.
Damn it.
Right?
God. Fuck.
And these two are improv.
You're doing a great job of that, by the way.
Thank you. Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, improv legends. Improved most of their scenes in the movie. Improved this whole scene together. This whole thing, their scene together, was improv.
Okay.
However, they forgot to make each other look good, right? So even though they're both trying their best, and it shows, they're not really bouncing off each other. They're both just saying funny stuff when it's their turn to do so. In other words, they're trying to top each other. So, bad improv.
I feel like trying to make the other person look good, isn't that sort of like a... Like, if you do that, like, in every single improv scene, wouldn't it get old, you know?
It's just a rule to not try to outdo everybody.
Right. Well, I understand that, but, like, specifically, like, actively trying to make them look good instead of, like, just not making them look bad. You know?
Yes.
Yes, what?
I don't... Yes, and...
Okay. God.
Whatever. Stupid. Okay. Anything else? Anything you want to say about...
Get a ball.
Get them all go. Ty, Frank.
Ty, Frank, Betty. Yeah.
I like, I don't know. Next scene.
Okay. Well, actually, in this scene, when Ty takes a hit off of Carl's blunt.
Right, yeah. Bob Marley joint.
Bob Marley joint. Ty has a reaction of violently coughing.
Right.
And earlier in the movie, we see this hippie character give someone else a joint, and they have a reaction of violently coughing, and the hippie says, "It's good shit, I got it from a N-word. You're probably so high right now you don't even know it." My theory is that Carl Spackler and that hippie get their weed from the same dealer, because the people who take hits off of it have this similar coughing reaction.
Interesting theory. Just want to clarify that
It might have been Spalding who had the
It was-
weed. Yeah.
yeah, that was the guy. Just want to clarify to the audience.
Yeah.
They didn't actually say the N-word. It was just the Spanish word for black.
Yes, but with the American pronunciation.
Right. So it's kind of like the it's like fuck is to frick.
Okay, fine, but don't say the N-word in any variation.
Obviously, I'm just trying to say it's like a substitute for the.
I guess so, but you should whatever. I know what you mean though.
Yeah, no, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that it wasn't actually the N-word.
Okay, that's right. That is correct. They did not say it. In Animal House, they said it though. The N-word stole our dates. Hey, speaking of Animal House,
I don't remember.
well, they did it when they were in the Black Nightclub.
Right.
Speaking of Animal House, the actress who plays Maggie O'Hooligan is the same actress who plays the 15-year-old that Pinto contemplates raping.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe what?
No. It's a 15-year-old daughter of the dean. I was
thinking that, but like the time period is off.
Yeah.
It could be a reference though. Same writers.
Yeah, maybe.
I love Lou, the character of Lou. What do you think of Lou?
Who is Lou?
Lou is the head caddy with the mustache and the hat.
Oh yeah, no, that guy's great. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I actually just noticed this time that when Rodney was trying to bribe him, I just noticed that he actually turned it down.
He turned it down?
Yeah, he turned down the bribe. He said, "I can't accept this."
No, he took it. Didn't he take it? He said, "I can't accept this." But he was taking the money anyway.
Okay, well, I guess I have more to learn. God. So am I gonna
Keep it fair. No, I can't do that. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
Oh.
Believe it or not, that is the end of my notes. Even though we're not done with the movie, I can still talk to you about it. That is the end of my notes. Okay. I'll let you take it away from here. The golf tournament.
We ended my notes a long time ago. I only had 1 page of notes, and it was just pretty much how the bishop is a rabbi.
Okay.
I guess we can end this episode.
No. We have to talk about the golf tournament.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that later afterwards.
Okay, yeah. Also, I don't think we're gonna have time to talk about Caddyshack 2 today.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it again. You fucking.
No, you're probably not gonna have to watch it again. You've got notes already.
Okay. Let's see here. I like the montage when they go like the swing. I just banged the table. The swing with the golf clubs and like the music goes with it. I like that. I want a hamburger. No,
that was in the beginning.
I know. Just like that scene.
You'll get nothing and like it. Another Family Guy joke.
And I like. I noticed this time around how many times Spalding does something and then Judge Smails is like Spalding. I just noticed that this time.
Something I find very boring in the finale is that quote-unquote subplot with the black guy and the other caddies making bets.
You thought that was boring? Really?
I thought it was boring and it detracted from like the heat of the moment of what we're supposed to be watching.
I don't think it detracts. I just don't really think it adds that much. It is a comedy, so keep that in mind.
I don't think it's that funny.
I thought, okay, well, screw you. God. Let's see. All right, so they're hitting the balls, right? Ty starts to get pretty bad for some reason, just accidentally. Maybe it's just stressful, even though I don't really think he gets that stressed out that much. And then Rodney also does pretty bad for some reason. He's like, what's going on?
My arm, it's broken.
Not at that part yet.
Okay.
At the scene where like they're like sitting at the table and you see like Rodney's card and there's like a ton of like lines.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
And then Ty like tries to cheer him up and then he just insults him.
Oh, you're not good.
Yeah, you suck.
You suck.
Yeah. And then like the judge like comes over and like starts to gloat, and I'm just giving a play-by-play at this
Hey,
point.
Judge, cheer up, will you?
Yeah, you are giving a play-by-play. When you saw the ending for the first time, what did you think?
Well, you know that one shot of like the multiple craters?
Yes. Wait, what?
When the
water's coming out?
No, not the water. After the explosion, you see, okay, like, so there's a shot, and it shows like three like dirt sort of mounds, and then it cuts to another shot with fucking Chuck, what's his name, Bart Simpson.
Who?
Fucking Bill Murray, what's his character?
Carl Spackler.
Carl.
Chuck Berry.
It cuts to a shot of like a dirt mound on fire, and he's like sort of hiding his face, walking away. The shot before that, where it's just like the three sort of like isolated things, that sort of looks like computer animation or computer generation to me. It doesn't look real, to be honest.
Those your thoughts when watching it for the first time?
Yeah, it didn't look real.
Well, to me, I thought literally this is the best ending of anything I've ever seen.
Okay.
Looking back, I do think that the yacht scene would have made a better ending.
I disagree.
It's not like I don't think it's a bad ending.
No, I know.
Okay.
It's obviously great, but I just think the actual explosion is a better ending than the yacht scene.
The ending, I believe, does tell you everything you need to know about the movie. It's about chaos and golf. But not even about golf, because golf, it's obviously like a class war type thing.
Yeah,
definitely. And then you have the wounded, scorned veteran of a pointless war coming back to inadvertently cause turmoil trying to chase a gopher.
Yeah.
And he just ruins it for everyone involved that profits off of the land, the golf, meaning Smales, whose whole legacy rides on this one game, pretty much his pride.
Yeah. I was actually
plus the money, of course.
So we can just freely talk about the ending now. We don't have to go in order or anything.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I noticed this earlier. When I say earlier, I mean like past viewings of the movie. And it sort of bothered me, but not to an extent where I would do anything to look it up. Pretty much the problem was, so they get to the last sort of putting scene, and fucking Old Murray. Big Brother Murray.
Brian Doyle Murray.
I was going to say Bob Murray. Okay. The Flying Dutchman, he says...
Lou.
Yeah. Lou.
Lou or Brian Doyle Murray.
Okay, thank you. Lou says the whole thing's tied up. Dr. Beeper, he fucks up his putt. He does it in 2 strokes, I guess you could say. And then the judge, he gets Billy, and he's like fucking...
Who the fuck is Billy?
His fucking putter, Billy.
Oh.
Billy Baru.
What's a putter?
The fucking club, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And he's like whispering into it like, Billy.
Oh, yes, I remember.
He's like Joe Biden.
Go
on. This is a biggie. And then he does it, and I love his reaction when he actually gets it. And then Ty messes up. He does it in 2. And at this point, even if Danny makes it in 1 putt, it would be a tie. He doesn't win, it would be a tie. I'm gonna keep talking.
I know.
You're pointing at me like you have a point.
No, I'm pointing at you like you're right.
Oh, okay. So he wouldn't have won, it would have been a tie, but here's the thing. When I actually got to watching it this time around, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. So I looked it up, and I don't even know how I noticed this, but I got to this one Reddit post, and they said they were betting, right? 40,000, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then right before Danny putts, Rodney Dangerfield is like, how about we double it? Double it that he makes it. So now it's a new bet. The old bet is off, so it's a new bet. And Judge Smales is so egotistical because at this point it's a tie, so he walks away with keeping all of his money, or he gets $40,000.
Huh.
But instead, he decides to throw all that away.
Fucking wow, yeah.
Throw all that away, and either he gives Rodney the opportunity to take $80,000 from him.
Yeah.
And it's just his ego.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think it's less about his ego, generally, and more about his relationship to Rodney, because up until now, it seems like, I don't know if I can confirm this, but it seems like in every single regard, Rodney has sort of outsmarted him.
Absolutely.
Like, beaten him.
Yes.
So...
Well, more so in the sense that he outshined the judge and made the judge feel worse about himself inadvertently. Right.
So, I think the reason that the judge did this was because, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm finally going to beat you.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to put everything on the line, and you're going to look like a complete idiot because you know what? You're not going to owe me $40,000. You're going to owe me $80,000 because of your own stupidity from you wanting to double it. Even though he doesn't realize the real way he could have stood up to Rodney would just be to be like, no, either you get nothing or you have to pay me $40,000.
That's good. You're right.
So, yeah, that just speaks to how, I guess, childish the judge is. And even so, like, even when he loses, he's like, no, I'm not going to pay you anything. And then he has to get, Rodney has to get Rocco and the other guy, Modern Life or something.
Moose and Rocco. Hey, Moose, Rocco, help the judge find his checkbook.
Yeah, it was like, oh.
And then you know the line that comes after that. One.
I will.
No. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
And then they all cheer. Another Family Guy bit.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
I'm alright.
This is a deep movie.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you got new money versus old money. You got class warfare. You have watching a war veteran try to chase something that he'll never get. Because the gopher fucking lives.
Definitely, yeah.
You see a man.
He's still alive at the end. He's dancing.
A coming of age story with Danny, trying to just find meaning in his life.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. This is a good movie, and it's funny, and it's so funny. Wow. Any closing words before we rate the movies?
We're gonna rate the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
Because I used to think that it was just a funny movie and not much else, but now it's actually, I don't want to say deep, but...
Deeper than you thought?
Yeah, it's definitely deeper than I thought. Definitely more effort than I thought was put into this film. I was going to say the script just now, but a lot of it was improv. Mm-hmm. So I guess, you know what? I would actually like to see the script and see how different it is.
Yeah.
Because...
You'd have no Bill Murray.
Yeah, odds are we wouldn't see the gopher.
Yeah. No, the gopher...
Well, no, but wait. I remember in A Futile and Stupid Gesture, the fucking producer was like, you need to use this thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess maybe it wouldn't be in the original version.
If you look at... there's this one iconic photo associated with Caddyshack. It's Bill Murray playing Carl, like, on the ground by a hole with the gopher coming out of it. But it's not the animatronic gopher. It's a real gopher. So there must have been some point where they got a trained gopher to... Maybe it was just for one scene and they made it a whole subplot. I don't know.
Which scene was that?
I don't know if it's from a scene. It's just a still from early production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they were like, you know what? This gopher...
Doesn't dance.
That's better than what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say because
Okay, fine, Jesus.
I was gonna say this gopher isn't a robot enough or something.
Okay. Rating the movie?
I'd say you first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a heavy 8 out of 10. My gripes with it are the plot holes, and some to do with the direction. But like, this is Harold Ramis's first time directing, outstanding for a first time director.
Yeah.
Everyone was on drugs. Granted, I don't think Dare was a thing back then, so I don't think people knew how to say no to drugs. That was a joke.
Daryl?
No, Dare. The Dare program.
Dare? Oh, I think you said Daryl.
They get Daryl.
Daryl.
No drugs on Daryl.
8 out of 10. What about you?
Okay. The gripes that you mentioned, look, plot holes usually a pretty big problem with me, but for this movie, I just don't care.
Okay.
And I don't really care about the accents that people forget to do, because I don't really notice, and also for some reason it just doesn't bother me. It's like in SpongeBob, like whenever I see continuity errors, I kind of like it for some reason, because it's like, I don't forget which episode this was, but there's like one scene where you see like the three houses, right?
Yeah.
It's Patrick's house, Squidward's house, and SpongeBob's house. But in the scene, Squidward's house isn't there. It's just Patrick's house and SpongeBob's house.
Huh.
I don't know. It sounds stupid, but sometimes I see continuity errors and plot holes as endearing.
Endearing, like charming?
Yeah, like I said, I told you this earlier, charming.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
But it's the same thing for like multiple sort of things, like even more than just SpongeBob. But Ted Knight definitely, like, I know Rodney is incredible, Bill's incredible, Ty is pretty good. But Ted Knight, he's just, I think he's definitely my favorite part. My least favorite part is probably, I didn't really have any problem with the Ty and Bill scene earlier, but now that you say it, I kind of have a problem with it, but not really. I don't really like how horny the movie is, to be honest.
True. Not as bad as modern comedies, though.
Really?
Dude, modern...
So
many modern comedies start with a sex scene.
Really?
Just for the sake of it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I love the movie The Sitter with Jonah Hill. Have you seen that one?
No.
Well, I love it. And you forget that there's a sex scene as the first scene. And I was, like, in the living room once, and my mom was there. And I thought, I'm going to watch one of my favorite movies, The Sitter. And I turn it on, and it's a sex scene. And she's like, can you turn that off?
No, okay. All right, yeah. So delete the part about me saying the thing with Ty and Bill.
Okay.
Was my least favorite thing. I just said Ty and then Bill.
Yeah, I know, you did that first too.
Okay. Is probably how horny the movie is. I guess sex scenes are probably important to the story, kind of, but it wouldn't be that hard to leave them and then just have it be like yeah, it happened, but off screen.
Yeah, you could really do that. I think, like, how about this? You have them clothed, go into the bedroom, then it cuts to the scene where the kid's jumping, trying to get a peek in through the window.
Right.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You don't need to see two teenagers having sex.
I mean, not that I'm like squeamish or anything, and not that I want to like show it to like younger kids or anything. Show them to younger kids, but there's a problem with like, intimacy and like consent in movies. Like, you actually need, I don't know how it was back then, but you actually need like an intimacy coordinator these days if you want to have like even a kissing scene.
An intimacy coordinator?
Yeah. At least that's how it is on my student films.
What's a coordinator?
I don't know how it is.
Like a human?
Yeah.
Like a human to say, you consent, you consent?
No, I think... Yeah, they just consent for them. I don't know how it works, okay? But, like, you actually need to, like, pay someone to do this. To, like, make sure that everyone's just, like, okay with what they're supposed to do and what they're going to do.
Oh, okay. I doubt they had that. I doubt they had a consent coordinator on the set of Caddyshack.
I don't even know if it's called a consent coordinator, but maybe it's more like a therapist.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
But I'm sidetracking. Okay. You're going to think this is crazy, but I give this a I give this a high 9, this movie.
It's not that crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, we need conflict. Eric!
Yeah. How could you?
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I guess a strong 8 isn't that different from a strong 9, but...
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
We got 5 minutes until we've hit 2 hours.
Yeah, so I guess there you go. 2 hours. I just realized.
What?
Our podcast is...
Longer than
is
Caddyshack.
longer than the movie. So it's definitely going to be longer than Caddyshack 2, because that's only an hour, 37 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Damn. Well, hey guys, thank you very much for listening to the first episode of the Super Mega Happy Ultra Magic Fantastic Super Duper Cool and Awesome Epic Podcast.
That's not what we're going to call it.
We'll figure something out.
Just call it the fucking Lonnie And Eric Podcast.
Okay, maybe we'll call it that.
The fucking Caddyshack Podcast.
The Caddyshack Podcast.
What's the opposite of the Movie Peasant Podcast? There you go.
The Movie Peasant?
Like instead of Movie Snobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure out something. We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
If you like our stuff, be sure to shit, subscribe, and be sure to hit subscribe.
Well, hold on. We're going to put this on your channel, or like we're not going to make a separate channel for this?
I don't know what the plan is. Just if you're listening to this, subscribe and like.
Please, especially if you've gotten this far into it.
Right.
Obviously, you either like this or you're asleep or dead or something. In which case, definitely hit that subscribe
In
button.
which case, make sure to receive total consciousness and smash that like button.
God damn it! Why did I think of that? I was so fucking stupid.
Turn on notifications, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.